Hello and welcome or welcome back. My name is Carrie and I am doing a little bit of a different video today because I am out of town. I'm at my daughter's for the week visiting and she is working today. So I'm going to film this video of like the tarot things I packed and brought with me, which was right before I left. It was very haphazard. I grabbed a couple guidebooks that I didn't grab the decks for but meant to. So I will show you what I have. I am then soon going to go and see a friend I haven't seen in forever, so that's exciting. So let's get started. Let's look at the guidebooks I brought but didn't bring the decks for. The Hyde Tarot. This is a PDF that I printed out. When you get the deck, you get access to the PDF. I really like the guidebook, so I printed it. Plus, I didn't want to go, be using my phone to look at a guidebook or computer when I'm doing readings. But I forgot the deck. And of course, Queer Crow Deck Magic. This deck, there were a couple cards on my altar space for a reading, and I grabbed the book and meant to grab those cards and stick them back into the deck and grab the whole thing and forgot. So I don't have them with me, but I have good reads. Okay, a deck I actually did bring is the Raven's Prophecy. So very new in my collection. I heard it just went out of print, and I'm glad I picked it up. So this bag I've had made forever, but it never seemed right for any other deck. It just fits this one so good. This has quickly become like a favorite deck, and it does have the orange borders and the black background. So it does give me like October, Halloween, Samhain, vibes. But I think, this is something I will use all year round. I have some of my decks in order. I just shuffled this one, but I've been like looking at things together. Like I like looking at the aces and the twos and the threes of all four suits together. Oh God, this is my like favorite. I think this is my favorite Empress of all time. I love it. The reason I walk in the woods in some part is because when the light is coming through the leaves just right, and it's like stained glass, but like nature's stained glass, and it reminds me of how light acts like both a particle and a wave. I don't know, this seems like a visual of that. It's a painting of light being a particle and a wave. I don't know why, but that's what it makes me feel like. I feel like there's a face. I don't know if there's supposed to be, but I see a face looking down on us, right? It's absolutely gorgeous. So a quick bonding with this deck for sure. I think it's so smart. I think I could have this titleless and still read it pretty much accurately. Yeah, I love it. So smart. Oops. So smart. So really, yes. Yeah, I love it. Raven's Prophecy. Yeah, I think it just went out of print, so grab one if you can, if you were thinking about it. Okay, so that's one deck. I have 5 actual decks, and then I have 7 cards from 3 different decks, or it was a reading that I'm going to be working on for a few weeks, so I'll show you that as well. But another whole deck I have here is the Radiant Wilds Tarot. Another pretty new deck in my collection. This is a Kate at Moonflower Moments made me do it. I mean, I made me do it, but she inspired me because of how good this deck and guidebook are. So you could just grab what you need. If you need the light, if you need the shadow, if you need a radiance tip. I go in and I grab this mantra out of it, an affirmation, and usually the radiance tip. Sometimes I look at more, but those 2 things are just a nice snippet of it. It's like it gives you positive actions to take to improve whatever you're working on. Yeah, this is definitely like a 70s a modern take, but 70s vibes. Love the colors, just it makes me happy. It sparks joy. Even though I look at this and I wouldn't think it was my kind of art, this kind of simple, I don't know. It's just different than any other deck I have, and yeah, I'm surprised I like it. But not that it's beautiful, but it's just not typically my kind of abstract, I don't know, starseedy kind of energy, but I do dig it. Yeah, it kind of, it speaks loudly, but nicely. So, Radiant Wilds. I wish that I could fix, the ends are like just a little flat here, and oh man, I wish I could re-corner them, but I can't because then I would be cutting off the corners of the gilding. A comfort deck I grabbed, my Scarab and Dahlia. I need to delint this bag. Scarab and Dahlia, I think, yes, I have this one in order too. This is a trimmed deck. It does come with a white border and silver gilding. I ended up taking all the borders off. I did 2 mods on this. Okay, let's look at the lovers. I did 2 mods on this because my corner rounder was going dull, and I wanted to keep the border and just take the gilding off, but I ended up with this giant silly corner. I didn't like it. I am so glad I went back in. I do like the borders. I just wanted to make it fit in my hand because she's chunky. Okay, so this deck comes with 4 lover options, and since I have all the cards in the deck right now and they're in order, let's take a look at them. So for a long time I just had 1 death. There's also 2 death options. I had 1 death and I had 3 lovers. So these to me were about self, community, the universe, everybody, and other personal relationships outside of self, but not this big community, right? So those were my reasons for allowing myself to keep all 3 of these lovers that I really like in the deck. I don't dislike this one, but I was like, I couldn't find a reason for it. So I still haven't found a reason for it, but I'm keeping it in the deck because I just like all of her art and I want it. My favorite lovers. One of my favorite chariots. One of my favorite strengths. I was going through the decks at home and I was going to do my 22 faves, one from each, major arcana. But honestly, if I'm really picking my true favorites, several of them are coming out of this deck. So then I was trying to force myself to do 22 different decks. Anyway, it didn't work out. I didn't actually film it, but I did learn that my favorites all have bears in them in the strength card. Okay, in the Ritual Tarot, the Lust card, if we're going to go with favorite Lust card, it's the Ritual Tarot. But favorite Strength card is this. Okay, so we have 2 death cards. Love them both. When I had 1 in the deck, it was this one because it's just so cool. But I like this Happy Death too. So they're both in here. Love this Temperance. Okay, we're not going to look at all the cards, but again, once again, just to the Star, Moon, and Sun. My 3 favorites are right here because they go together so well. Okay, so Scarab and Dahlia. I mean, other than taking it on trail, pretty much comes everywhere with me. And then Terra Volatile. I bought this deck because of the art card. I don't use the extra suit. I don't use the vessels. I saw that art card And I just could not get this. It's beautiful. This is my favorite. 14. So, I wasn't using it though. I wasn't using the deck. It scared me a little bit. And then I got an Oracle deck that I think it looks magnificent with, and it doesn't scare me. I love it. So I did get, I guess it was extra, right? I can't remember now. I think I paid extra money for some extra cards, and I like a lot of the extra cards. It's so cool. It reads so well. It's just, it's really special. And I knew that, but, oh, this is what I did. Okay, so I left intuition was an option for the High Priestess. I didn't like the Hierophant options at all. So I used intuition as the High Priestess, and I just made this a 5 and changed the High Priestess. She's my 5. She's my High Priest. Let's see. What else do I love about this one? Oh. Just love it. Okay, so let's look at what I am using it with, which is the Herbal Astrology Oracle. This was one I had in pocket size and liked it, but couldn't really use it because I just couldn't see it. And I'm so glad I went with the big one. I just love how they work together. Yeah, I could not I could not do the other option for this 9. That was not maybe in the future. What do you think? I think they're awesome. Okay, so that was Herbal Astrology Oracle with Terra Volatile. I don't have the big guidebook for this, so there's a guidebook available online. And if I'm at home, I might pull it up on the computer, but I don't normally pull it up. All right, so those are the 5 complete decks I have with me, plus 2 guidebooks where I didn't bring the decks. And then I have these. So, oh my gosh, what's the name of this? The Wild Things? Oracle of the Wild Things? I cannot remember. So what I did was, I'm working with this Energy Archaeology Oracle, and I purposely pulled the Hyoid for potential. So I wanted to work with this energy. And in the guidebook, every card has cards, potential. Every card has associated cards. So I pulled out all the associated cards so that I have 7 body parts and energies that work together. And then I pulled, this is the Orenda Tarot, my new little pockety deck with the pretty pink edging, nice backs. I pulled 1 card for each of the 7 cards here from this deck, and then I pulled 1 card from each of the 7 here from the Wild Things. I'll put the name of it. I cannot remember it. I did not think this deck was going to be for me. And then I saw Julie at Parkrose. No. I saw Julie at Peekaboo Rose. I saw Julie at Peekaboo Rose talk about a little bit about how she used this deck and how it helped her. And yeah, I'm like, oh, I want to get in on that. So I am now working with these three together, and I have my journal here. So I'm just going to one a week work through these. I want to keep them in order. So I at home laid out these 7 cards on top, and then underneath it these 7 cards in order, and then underneath that these 7 cards. And I have already written down just initial thoughts about these cards together, but that's as far as I've gone with this. But the plan is to be using the guidebook each week for this, and answering the questions that are in the guidebook, or at least using a couple of those questions to guide me. Yeah. Potential, hyoid, that was my main card, with the 8 of Cups, and gratitude or forgiveness. Like, it's really hitting for what's going on right now. Protection, true ribs, 6 of Swords, laughter heals. And like, I'm like, okay, do I need a practice where I'm doing some like laughing yoga and just ha ha ha, like really rib, diaphragm, laughter kind of stuff? We'll see when we get there. Flexible with the 4 Pentacles, welcome the unwelcome, like, okay. All right, those are the decks and guidebooks that I brought with me while I'm on vacation out of state. All right, everyone, have a great one, and I'll talk to you soon.